I'm here with another power yoga class for you today. If you like to have blocks for assistance for various and sundry, go ahead and grab those and get them handy. And we'll get started with a little cat-cow warm-up on hands and knees. Inhale, tuck the toes, drop the belly, chest forward. Exhale, flatten the feet, round the back, back and forth. Inhale into cow, spinal extension. Exhale into cat, spinal flexion, back and forth. And you can add a little side-to-side wiggling as you move in and out of those two positions. If you like, maybe some neck rolling. Hands can turn in some different ways to stretch the wrists and forearms. You can shift your weight a little bit, front to back. Side to side. Let's do one more round. Then sit back into child's pose. Knees can go wider if that feels better. Forehead to the mat. Taking a few breaths here. And let's walk the hands over to the right for a side stretch down the left side. Inching the left fingertips forward. And let's walk that over to the left. Side stretch on the right side. And back to center. Let's take another breath or two here. All right, taking this up into downward facing dog. Hands about shoulder width, feet about hip width. Lifting the hips up. All right, then let's just wiggle a little bit in this first down dog, pedaling the feet, feeling some stretch in the calves. Try to stay nice and broad through the shoulders, long through your neck. All right, let's walk it up to the top of the mat for an easy fold. Just hanging over the legs, knees can bend. You might grab elbows and sway a little bit. Let's carefully come on up to standing. Taking a moment, once we're up, to pull up our britches as needed and find mountain pose. Feet can be hip width or closer together. Just make sure you feel balanced and stable. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale up about halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant your hands. Step or hop back to plank, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe.
forward to the top of your mat. I like stepping. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, arms overhead. Exhale, back to mountain pose. Inhale, the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. You can do arms different ways each time. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant your hands. Step or hop back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Breathe. Inhale the right leg up toward the ceiling. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forward. Inhale, leg back up. Exhale, step through, back knee down. Low lunge, hands are down. Inhale, sink forward. Exhale, walk it back and straighten the leg, toes down. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back, toes lifted, flex foot. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back, flex the foot. Let's walk it back forward to our low lunge. Hands come to the thigh, press up and back a touch. Reach the arms up. And let's lift the back shin. Feel the hammies work a little. Angle it in a little bit, opening to a low lunge variation on Warrior Two. From here, we're going to take right arm on top for eagle arms. Right, and we'll just sort of look toward our arms, keeping that front leg tracking out. Inhale, we'll lift eagle arms. Exhale, pull them down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down last time. Inhale, extend the arms back out. Exhale, reach left hand toward the heel. Low reverse warrior. We'll pause here. And we'll lift up and reach forward for a low side angle variation. Maybe the hands down inside your foot. Left arm above the ear. Breathe. All right, let's get both hands down to the mat and step into plank. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Breathe. Inhale the left leg up toward the ceiling. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, leg back up. Exhale, step through low lunge. Back knee down, hands stay down. All right, we'll inhale, let the hips sink lower. Exhale, walk it back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Let's flex this time. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back and flex. Coming back forward into that low lunge. Bring hands to that front leg. Press up and back a bit. Arms reach up. Let's lift the back shin. Hammies work. Oof. Angle it in, open to low warrior two variation. All right, see if you can feel things stacking, even though it feels a little bit weird. We'll take left arm on top for eagle arms and gaze to the right. Inhale, lift eagle arms. Exhale, pull them down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale down. Inhale, reach arms back out. Exhale, reach back, low reverse warrior. Breathe. Lift up and reach forward, low side angle variation. Arm can be inside or resting on your leg. Right arm above your ear, lifting the chest. to the mat, step into plank, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the right leg up toward the ceiling. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, leg back up. Exhale, step through, high lunge this time. Ball of the back foot. We're going to keep hands down again and do a little bit of forward and back moving like we did in the low lunge. All right, so this is our inhale. As we exhale, let's switch what the legs are doing by bending the back knee and straightening the front leg. We'll keep toes down all through this time. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Exhale last time. Inhale forward, exhale, float arms forward, and inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, open to warrior two. All right, so we'll just take a moment to set this up, making sure we feel like we have spacing that feels good and balanced for our body. Okay, from here we're gonna rotate arms in opposite directions to work the shoulders a little bit, right? So I'll take one arm up, one arm down, and switch from side to side. All right, next time, right palm is up toward the ceiling, thumbs out to the right, left arm is opposite. I'm gonna go into cow face arms from here with the right arm as the top arm. Go ahead and gaze to the side, and we'll lean toward the back leg like reverse warrior, but with cow face arms. Come back up, reach arms back out, and we'll switch the rotation and switch to the cow face arms. And we'll lean forward like side angle, but with cow face arms, right? And we'll come back up and get our regular warrior two, arms reaching back out. Exhale, hands to the mat, step into plank, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Breathe. Inhale the left leg up toward the ceiling. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, leg back up. Exhale, step through, high lunge, ball on the back foot. We'll take a moment, hands will be down. Okay, inhale here. Exhale, switch the legs, bend the back knee, straighten the front leg. Inhale, exhale, weights moving back, hips are moving back. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale last time. Inhale forward, exhale arms forward, inhale come up, exhale open to warrior two. And we'll pause and situate ourselves here, get evened out. And then we'll start rotating the arms back and forth from the shoulder joint. All right, next time left thumb's out to the left. We'll take left arm on top, cow face arms, face sideways, and then lean toward the back leg like reverse warrior. Come back up, arms back out. We'll switch rotation, switch the arms. Reach forward like side angle with cow face arms. Breathe. Come back up. Regular warrior two arms, thank goodness. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step into plank, inhale. Exhale, let's take it all the way down to our bellies from here. Have a little rest, a little wiggle. Okay, so from here, we're gonna make cactus arms. So the elbows are bent and about
straight out from the shoulders. Make fists with your hands. Let's engage the backside just a little bit here, so we're not feeling anything in our low backs. Right, give the arms a little squeeze. Keep your elbows down and try to lift your hands. And they're not gonna go very far. Back and forth a few times. Lots of shoulder work today between all the arm positions and this, right? Okay, release the fist. Keep squeezing your backside. We'll go ahead and lift the upper body completely for a cactus arm, baby cobra. And then we'll side bend from this back bend. We'll go to the right, so think right elbow toward right leg, and then left elbow toward left leg, back and forth. Breathing. Beautiful. Lower down. Rest for a moment. We'll keep our cactus arms on. Let's do the right side. Left hand by the chest, roll over to that side for a stretch. You can do whatever feels right with your head and your top leg. Breathe. Okay, let's try that on the other side. Roll back down. Left cactus arm is out to the left. The right hand helps push you over to that side. Breathe. Okay, roll back down. Take a moment. And then as you're ready, we'll take it up into downward facing dog. Take your time. Step or hop forward to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, inhale up, chair pose. Let's take hands into prayer. Gonna stand on the right foot and lift the left, crossing that ankle over for figure 4. Try not to let that left hip drop down. Try to keep the hips even as you roll the leg out. From here, we're gonna slide that left leg all the way over so the knees are crossed, and you can keep it like that. You can take toes down, you can tuck behind to like more of an eagle leg position. And we're gonna try a twist to the left. So it's like chair twist, but harder because you're on one foot and your legs are crossed. And then if you're feeling kind of like you wanted to try something a little bit extra today, you might try a twisted leg side crow from here. So I like to untuck my foot just so I have a little bit of help to get down. And then you can plant your hands. I also like to cheat, right? Cheating is encouraged by having the back elbow meet the hip for a little extra point of contact. And then you can kind of lean into that, and maybe that second foot lifts, maybe not. Take it back down. See if you can come back up to your just legs eagle. And then we'll step back warrior 1. A little to the left, arms up. Right thing, tailbone down just a bit. And then clasp your hands behind your back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold, humble warrior. Breathe. And let's release the hands and set up a side plank on the left hand. Right, try to line things up.
Step or hop forward to the top of your mats. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, inhale up, chair pose. Hands into prayer. Lift the right foot, cross over figure 4. Flex the foot. Roll the leg out, but try not to let the hip drop down. Breathing. And if you're near a wall, right, you can always grab hold of something to help balance. Let's slide that over for eagle legs, or maybe just eagle-ish. Toes can go down. Maybe they wrap behind. We'll twist to the right from here. Balance. And maybe we try that crazy arm balance if we're feeling playful this morning or this afternoon, whenever you're practicing. All right, so you can use right elbow in your side or your hip. And we'll see if we can land that back in our eagle leg position. Woo, balance. And then we'll step back. Warrior 1, tailbone down, arms up. Reach back and clasp. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold, humble warrior. Breathe. All right, releasing that, setting up side plank on the right hand this time. Actively pressing up. Down to plank, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Breathe. Inhale the right leg up toward the ceiling. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, leg back up. Exhale, step through warrior 2. Take a moment. Get that set up. Straighten the leg, and we'll reach forward as the hips move back to take it to triangle. Once you can't reach anymore, that's your stopping point. Let your arm just float down. Reach your top arm up. Breathe. Gonna take it into half moon from here. Moving the right hand out to the right. I sure like a block here, so I'm gonna grab mine and bring it a little closer. Make sure it's out to the side a bit as you lift up. That'll help with balance. Right, really lift up through that top leg. Breathe. All right, let's bend the standing leg and land back in warrior 2, hopefully. And let's pivot back for Skandasana, bending the back knee, sort of side lunge, half squats. And from here, pressing up to a wide-legged fold. Breathing. All right, let's come up to fingertips, and from here we're gonna pivot heels in and toes out and bend both knees, goddess legs. We're gonna stay down and do a little bit of an arm stretch, and you may have to take your feet further or closer together, just depending. All right, let's do right arm on top, so we're gonna reach for opposite legs, and see if you can keep your legs straight. You're pulling with your hands, but you're pushing your legs out at the same time. The balance might be a little bit tricky. All right, release in the hands, pivot, heels back out, toes in. Take a moment. And let's pivot toward the back of the mat and set up pigeon, knee over to the left.
Right leg scoots back. Make sure that leg stays more on the right. You might like a prop underneath either hip, under your head for resting. And we'll take a moment here. If you're happy there, stay there. If you want to come back upright, maybe try reaching your right hand for that right foot. You can pull in, you can push back, get a little more chest opening. You can try balancing with your left arm up or binding. Right, so if you're still folding, let's go ahead and walk it up from here. Right, tuck your back toes under, come up as upright as you can. Maybe your hands are down, maybe not. Let's try lifting the back knee so it's more of an active pigeon. And let's keep that lift. Let's plant the hands and let's see if we can hover that pigeon leg and then step it back. Plank, inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Breathe. Inhale the left leg up toward the ceiling. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, leg back up. Exhale, step through warrior two. Take a moment to get that set up and even. Straighten the leg, hips move back, upper body reaches forward for triangle. All right, gonna take this into half moon from here. I left my blocks on the other side of my mat, so I'm gonna use one of my kettlebells as my prop from here. All right, lifting up. Make sure your hand's out to the left. All right, try lifting up with that top leg, stacking the hips best you can. And landing back in warrior two. Pivoting toward the back leg for Skandasana. And pressing up to wide-legged fold. We'll take a moment here to rest and to breathe. Okay, let's come up to fingertips. Staying down in the folded position, pivot heels in, toes out for goddess legs. And again, they might have to move a little closer, just depending. We'll take left arm as the top arm for that arm cross grab. So grab your opposite legs, keep your arms as straight as you can. Pull with your hands, but push with your legs. Should feel some shoulder stretch. Okay, release, pivot, heels back out, take a moment. And let's pivot toward the top of the mat to set up pigeon on the other side. Knee over to the right. Right or left leg scoots back and stays on the left. Right, maybe grab a prop for comfort. And we'll chill out here for a little bit. totally stay in your folded pigeon position. Maybe come upright and try reaching for your back foot, right? Pulling in, pushing back, maybe balancing or binding, whatever feels good for you. Okay, let's release that back foot. If you're still folded, let's come upright. All right, let's make it an active pigeon by lifting the back knee. Hands could be down as needed. We'll take the hands down. We'll flip that pigeon leg up and then step it back. Plank, inhale, exhale down to your belly. All the way down, we'll take a moment. We'll take a rest. Okay, so from here we're gonna try thread the needle shoulder stretch on our bellies. It takes the spinal twist out of the equation, just FYI. All right, so you can do just one arm at a time like we would normally do from table or child's pose. So let's go right arm under, right? And if you want to just hang out there, right, and do it that way, that's cool. If you want a little bit more intense of a stretch, you can inch your left arm over to the right so that your arms are kind of laced up, right? Both palms are up. It should feel, right, maybe just a little bit more intense. Make sure that you're managing that and being reasonable. Where your head is will affect that too, right? The lower it goes, the more it kind of weighs it down. So you can choose accordingly there. And breathe. Okay, let's try that on the other side. So maybe just one arm at a time. If that feels better, do that. Or we'll have the left arm as the bottom arm this time if we're doing both. Breathe. Okay, we'll come out of that and again just sort of take a moment and we'll press up to our knees from here, right? So we've done a lot of shoulder work today in lots of different positions, and all of those positions feel different and they work on different parts of the shoulders, and we're gonna add another one here into the mix, which is puppy pose. Right, it is a little bit more of a back bendy pose, right? So from table, from being on the knees, and you can do whichever you want with your feet, toes down or up, right? We're gonna try to keep hips right over the knees, and we'll walk the hands as far forward as they'll go with the hips staying over the knees, and hands could be a little wider than your shoulders, and we'll start to lower down, and you might just take your head down, and it could be on a prop. You can go as far down as maybe your chin comes down, right? Again, being mindful and not overdoing things, paying attention to how that feels in your shoulders, in your neck, etc., your upper back. Okay, come on up from there, walk your hands in, right, from here we're going to transition to a squat, so bring one foot forward at a time, toes can turn out a bit, and we'll have a little quote-unquote seat here in our squat. If you feel like you need a little bit of extra support, you might roll up a towel or a blanket and step your heels onto that. And or you could sit on something like a block or a pillow if that felt a little bit better. Okay, let's lower down to our seats from here. Take the legs forward, find your sitting bones, sit up nice and tall, right? Think pelvis tilting more forward than back, right? Because that'll just cause some discomfort in the low back, a little bit too much in a rounded position, right? Try to be forward and up with your chest as you reach into your fold. Lift up out of your fold, lean back and plant your hands behind you. Roll the shoulders down and back, lift your chest, straighten the arms, press your hips up, upward plank. See if you can point your toes down. Lower down. All right. From here, let's scoot a little bit up closer to the top of the mat. Right, make sure we're still feeling those sitting bones rooted. Try not to roll too far back on your backside. Right, let's lift the feet for boat. Right, let's start with knees bent and legs pretty close in. Reach the arms forward. Breathe. And let's see what happens if we try to grab our big toes. If you have long arms, right, it's a little easier. I have long arms. And we'll try to extend the legs up-ish. I always get a little shaky there. And then we'll widen the legs. We'll try to stay long through the spine. And then let's bring the feet together down to the mat, which sets up bound angle pose. Soles of the feet together. You can still grab your big toes, you can grab your feet. Right, try to press down through the thighs as you forward fold. And again, we want to think a little more forward with the pelvis so that we're not too rounded in the low back, which I find very, very hard. Keep the bound angle legs, but make them a little bit looser and more forward, more like a diamond. And we're going to try some roll downs from here. All right, reach your arms forward, sit up tall, maybe even reach forward first. And then as you reach back with your back, start to round it and roll down. Reach your arms overhead. And that wasn't so bad, but the hard part's coming up. So we'll think low back down, lift the arms, lift the head, and lift back up. Maybe you reach forward at the top. And if this variation on these roll downs is just like not happening today, pick a different leg position so that you can feel, you know, a little bit more successful. And you could even just go part of the way down and back up, right? So we're working the core regardless. Let's do one more. All right, and maybe you want to hang out in the reclined version of this pose for a moment and let that settle. When you're ready, you can lift your knees and hug them in towards your chest, rocking a little bit side to side.
the mats, maybe just a little wider than the hips. Heels are near the hips, but don't take them excessively as close in as possible because it gets weird, right? Your knees will be a little bit too far forward and your legs actually don't have to work as much. So let's just kind of set them down comfortably and not be so worried about that. Let's lift up into bridge. Take a moment to walk your shoulders under. Right, back of the head's pressing down, neck should be clear and not pressing down into the floor. So we've got the shoulder position set up for shoulder stand. We've walked those shoulders under. If you want to try kicking up from here, right, your hips are already part of the way up, so come up to tippy toes. Put your hands kind of on your bum, low back, and try kicking up one leg at a time. And then give maybe another little press with your hands. Be mindful with your neck. Maybe lower the legs overhead for plow. And then let's roll that down. Slowly untuck the shoulders, roll down. Hug your knees. Rock a little bit. Let's get those feet back down like we did for bridge. And you can do one more bridge pose if that's your preference today. Or maybe try upward bow, aka wheel pose, taking the hands and planting them near the shoulders. Right, I like to lift to the top of the head first, just so I can make sure my placement's okay. Hug elbows in and press up. And then really try to get your arms straight. Use your legs to help you press back more. Feet can walk a little further in if you like. Breathe. And let's lower down. And take a moment. And take a rest. Maybe a little windshield wiper of the knees. All right. So earlier in practice, we did some work with cow face arms, and we haven't done any cow face leg stuff yet, unless you count eagle, which is similar in a way, but not quite. So we're going to try the reclined version of cow face legs, which is a lot friendlier for most of us. So we'll lift the knees up over the hips. We'll cross right knee over left knee, and we'll take the feet out wide in opposite directions. And then you can grab your legs, you can grab your big toes, you can grab your feet. And then once you have hold of something, put your low back down, lengthen your neck. You can prop your head up if that helps too. And you might have to experiment here with a little pulling or pushing or lifting or lowering with where your legs are, your shins are, in order to feel that. And from here, we're going to keep the legs crossed and let go of the feet and let the shins come a little closer together. If you want to then tuck behind like an eagle tuck, you can. We'll drop legs to the left for a spinal twist. Your top knee may not make it all the way down. Reach your right arm out to the right. You might look over that shoulder. You might have both arms out, or maybe your left hand is pressing your legs down a bit. Breathe. Okay, let's lift up and do those two stretches on the other side. So we'll take left knee over right knee and let the feet go apart, and then we'll try to grab hold of something, and then take the low back down. If your hips had to lift to grab your feet, check your neck and shoulders. Supine cow face, at least the leg part. Maybe you need to experiment a little bit with how you're holding or grabbing or pulling. Maybe not, right? I can feel it. The minute I grab hold, I feel it. Thankfully, it is a little bit friendlier than when we do this seated. So there's that. Alright, let's let go of the feet. Maybe we do a little foot cross behind the calf. Legs drop to the right, eagle leg spinal twist. Left arm reaches out, maybe both arms, or maybe the right hand is helping the legs go to the right more. And we'll breathe here. Enjoying these final stretches after that challenging practice. All right, let's come up out of that. From here, we'll end with one final side body stretch. Take your legs down and then scooch them both over to the right side of your mats. Right, walk your upper body over in that direction too for banana pose. Arms might reach overhead. You might hook your left ankle over your right ankle. Just try to keep your back side all the way down. And we'll take a few breaths here. Okay, let's take that banana to the other side. Moving things over to the left, but staying down on our backs. Right, just making a side bend, lying down. Maybe the right ankle crosses over. Let's take a few breaths here. All right, well, let's scooch back to center and set up our final pose, Shavasana. Let the feet fall open, arms beside you, palms up, right? Scoot your shoulders under, tuck your chin a little bit so the back of the neck lengthens. Close your eyes. Let your lips part slightly and let your tongue just float in your mouth, relaxing your jaw and your face. And finally, let go of your breath. Just let it be natural, effortless, and let yourself rest. Gently begin to wiggle fingers and toes. Deepen your breath. Let's gently rotate wrists and ankles a few times in both directions. And reach the arms overhead, stretching long from fingertips to your toes. Hug your knees in towards your chest and rock from side to side. Rolling over to your side and resting there. And gently press up to seated.
Close your eyes and bring your hands together at your heart, taking a moment to reflect on this practice and to acknowledge and honor your efforts. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to practicing with you again soon. Namaste.